Hello and hey, this is ZEROGOkin Reviews, and today we'll be looking at the Threezero 1/6 scale X-01 Power Armor. This is a set of experimental power armor first appearing in Fallout 4. Yes, Fallout. The now Bethesda-owned franchise. Of course, I'm not one of those Bethesda fanboys, because I don't really like Fallout 4. I don't actually have an explanation for this. Okay, I don't hate Fallout 4. Let's just say that they made a game that has an entertaining gameplay loop that I got bored of after 4 hours, with an amazing story about a father who, out of the love in his heart and the feeling of responsibility, looks for his kidnapped son by planting potatoes and beating up women. Truly a high-quality narrative I can deeply invest myself into. Thank you, Bethesda. Thank you, Emil.
Retard.
Thank you, Todd. I can't get his chastity belt off because it's attached like this. Rip in pieces, masturbation. These parts are only for this and I don't want to talk about them. You know, I've actually been sleeping with this for the past couple of weeks. Ooh.
Big nut.
I've always been a fan of the Advanced Power Armor Mark 1. Design-wise, it's easily my favorite in the Fallout series. And even if I don't particularly like Fallout 4 as a video game, on its own, the design work for the most part is really good. I feel like the X-01, which resembles the Advanced Power Armor Mark 1, looks absolutely fantastic in Fallout 4. And this figure does an absolutely fantastic job at capturing that design. There's an impressive amount of detail in both the paint job and sculpt, even for the frame, which I'm pretty sure for the most part is exactly the same as every other one of these they've made. But as far as looks go, that's not a bad thing. And as far as the sculpt for the X-01 Power Armor is concerned, it's very accurate. However, in comparison to the game, the colors don't quite look like this, which is the good thing because the game, it looks like shit. If I had to complain about something, it'd probably be these rubber parts covering the joints, and I wish that you could do something about these. Also, this is annoying. So for looks, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. This does look absolutely amazing, but at what cost? Before we start, let me just say that this figure feels like it breaks easily. This is kind of a trend with Threezero figures. They make figures that look fantastic, unless they don't. That articulation-wise, I never want to fucking touch them. Because of that, I'm not going to go too deep into the articulation. This was $400. The arm is on a very tight ratchet joint. I can't seem to move it, and trying to move it makes me feel like it's gonna break. That's amazing. Originally, a lot of my criticisms and jokes were based on how I thought there wasn't a ball joint here. It doesn't really look like there's one, and most importantly, it doesn't really feel like there's one. After checking out other people's reviews, I found out that apparently there is one, and the ones on my figure just don't want to move for some stupid-ass reason. I also had to rewrite my entire script.
Who's laughing now?
Shut the fuck up, Todd!
Sometimes it doesn't just work.
Depending on what you're willing to go on accessory, this either comes with a fuck ton or not much. The way I see it, not much. This is very well sculpted and very detailed. It looks fantastic, and I don't have any complaints about it. Actually, wait a minute. Is this that fuck? Preston Garvey! Wait, it isn't. Or is it? Why does your rendering engine look like from several generations ago? Todd! For some reason, they chose the Assaultron blade, which is from the Automatron DLC. I have to ask, why? Why not something actually iconic like the Super Sledge or the Shish Kebab? Or even better, why not a gun? Is this even a good weapon? I've never used it. Assaultrons are only from Fallout 4, and 76 if you want to count that. If you're going to give us something in the DLC, why not? I don't know, the Kami Whacker. I'd at least appreciate that more. Okay, I'm being a bit hard on this thing. For what it is really cool, and as long as you put it in the hand properly, it stays in pretty alright. And aside from me wishing that it was something else, it's actually pretty good. Although I still don't understand why they couldn't include a pistol or something, especially at the price, although you can always find 3D printable weapons for these, which I guess is an option. I got a bit lonely, so here's Todd again. I don't know. Anyway, the light-up feature on the helmet is very nice. I like how simple this is to turn on, remembering how annoying the LEDs are on the other Threezeros I own. It does not include batteries, but if you collect figures, you likely have some LR44 batteries on you anyway. However, the process to actually open the helmet to put the batteries in is fucking shit. It involves unplugging a bunch of hard plastic tubes, and the tubes are somewhat difficult to get out of their sockets. Much like the Articulation, doing this feels like you might break something. Aqua, Akiter, Mazinger, Ultraman. About the thumbnail, the figure really isn't that bad. The actual reason why I made the thumbnail the way I did is because on the Threezero site, this figure had a rating of 1 out of 5 stars for several months, due to some error causing only the first review to contribute to the overall rating. And the first person gave it a meticulously crafted rating. 1 out of 5 stars.
It's out of stock.
Which is kind of funny now, but at the time I had this brief thought that the $400 figure I purchased was gonna be absolutely terrible, as I was to receive it several months later. I'd recommend this if you like how this looks, don't mind the lack of articulation, and $400 doesn't sound too bad to you. Otherwise, no. That's about it. I'm hoping that the other Threezero releases will be better than this one. I have this one ordered. The fuck? No. I have that pre-ordered. Either way, thank you for watching. Usual stuff, like, comment if you like this type of content, consider subscribing, and for more of what this is, check the links on the screen, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah, bye.